Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to
I love this day. I am so excited. We're watching Wonder Woman movie. I love this movie so much. I'm literally seeing stars. No, wait, those are my glasses.
Those are your glasses.
I got stars in my eyes just for Wonder Woman. I love it so much.
We will be right back. Hey guys.
Hey, welcome back. Now this is our spoiler review. We're doing a full review on Wonder Woman. Yes.
Full spoiler review. Damn. So just from the get-go, I love that there was such a strong, powerful beginning showing the Amazons.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Like, did you like that they were having that style of a relay race, obstacle course? Like, what did you think about that whole thing? Did you think that was too like American Ninja, or did you actually like it?
No, I like that because I was like, well, that's really neat watching them showing their prowess and different feats and it really, Diana had to learn a lesson. She was trying to win. She's like, I know I'm going to win, but she was going to try to win. But when she was pulled off the horse so that she wouldn't win, she had a tantrum.
And I loved everything she said. She's like, but I would have won. You wouldn't have won. You cheated. But I would have won. You did not. You would have lost. And I loved it. Her auntie was just like, nope.
And
this
beginning part set the tone for the entire message of the movie. It was like, you lose when you cheat and you lie. You can't take basically saying you can't take cheat corners to get where you need to go fast, because we let Maxwell Lord learn that lesson, didn't he? Also, you can't, if you think living a lie is going to become truth, then, truth is better, even if it hurts, is the whole thing. Truth is better than a lie, even if the truth hurts. I think that's what I got out of the entire movie. That's the lesson I learned watching me some Wonder Woman 1984. But I loved it. I loved it. Look at my eyes. I loved it.
And I remember talking, a couple when we shot a few other episodes. If you can, go see it in the theaters.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Such a theater cinematic world. I mean, already the first scenes you get of Themyscira, of their, the whole everything about it. And then even so we saw both. I told you this, we saw both. Just the colors alone in the theater were insanely detailed.
Okay.
Like the puffs of clouds, the blue, and then on HBO Max, you're like, oh, it's just smoke.
Oh, okay.
But
it was just more. It was just more.
It was so detailed. It was so, and we actually saw the IMAX one.
Okay.
So we went to go watch the IMAX one. The theaters, you guys did a great job. Like they came out and they had like, Clorox wipes. Like they were so, and you could smell it. When we walked in, we were like, wow, at least we know it's clean. But if you can, go watch it. Try to get the cinematic experience. Yeah. Even if it's just once. Go when there's like, a matinee or something, when, if you don't feel safe with groups of people. But we were the only ones in our theater. So
wow. That's awesome.
We had the whole place. So we did like eventually like we sprayed ourselves with like, oil diffusers, or like, I don't know what it's called, like essential oils. And then we like took our masks off and we're eating popcorn. It was actually nice. It felt nice to be back in the theater. And for Wonder Woman, Like to be back in the theaters for Wonder Woman 1984 was phenomenal. But yeah, definitely go see it if you can get the cinematic experience. And then when she, oh my God, the 80s.
Oh my goodness. I loved
They
everything.
hit everything. Big
Oh.
hair, shoulder pads, leggings, and what are the other ones? Leg warmers.
Leotards, leg warmers.
Leotards,
Yeah.
yes. And then the workout leotards. And oh my gosh, if you are a fan of the 80s, watch it.
Or if you lived in the 80s like we did, we loved everybody. You could tell the exact attention to detail, every aspect they did on the set design, costumes, and make. If you looked very closely at Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig's makeup, you would have seen they would just been wearing normal mascara, no false eyelashes, no nothing. Their eyes were normal. And that's big for me because I'm right now, everywhere you look, you're watching on TV. Here's this false eyelash. Here's like these extensions. Here's all these contouring makeup. And that's the product of now. But the product of 1984, that didn't exist. And I loved it. And it was refreshing. And you know what I was thinking when I was after watching this movie? How much it gives homage to the 1970s movies of Superman with Christopher Reeve. Because the opening scene of, in the mall, because do you remember in the beginning scenes of Superman and pretty much any other 80s superhero show, there's these little citizens, they get in trouble and they swoop in and they save them, give a little wink, shush, type of thing. And it's you always say, well, who's that? What happened? Who was that? It just give me I was like, yeah, this is totally reminding me of 80s vibe, of Superman. And I love that. And I was like, and this is Patty Jenkins. She hit that on the head. Yeah. And the mall was awesome. I loved, because, they were shooting this movie. Many scenes were in DC. And so they were shooting the mall scenes at Landmark Mall, which now it was a mall. I don't know if it was a mall in 1984, most likely it was. And it now is empty. And after they shot, I just learned after reading, they're turning this mall into a hospital. So on Twitter, someone said, Wonder Woman kicked butt so much in the Landmark Mall, they're turning it into a hospital complex. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Wow.
And did you notice that with Diana Prince's costume design, with everybody else was wearing your traditional tacky 80s look, but how classy and timeless her costume design was. She still had shoulder pads.
I was like, they did not forget them. Like they made sure her black outfit.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then her white dress with the big slit still had shoulder pads.
Oh yes. It had the shoulder pads, but it was so classy, reminding me of like Banana Republic or of Vanity Fair, very classy, very English, or just iconic, very rich and textured costume that she was wearing. And Miss Minerva, she, when we met her, she was like this. Barbara Minerva was this doctor who has all these I like
all these degrees
and nobody remembers who she is. They're like, who are you? Oh yeah, you hired me last week. Oh, nice to meet you. Who are you? They're all paying attention to Diana, not remembering who she is. And she's like, hi, and nice to meet you. Do you want to do this, or do you want to go out for lunch? She's like, oh no.
But okay. Kristen Wiig did a great performance on the, like, how like the one she was like, oh, nice to meet you, and she was like, we met last week. We already met. Yeah. Oh, hi, Josh. Oh, he's gonna walk away. Okay, I'll just like she did so good because you want to feel bad for her. Like you're like, oh, well, you know what I mean. You have like oh, they're ignoring. Oh, she got them good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she would do her comedic timing was always so perfect. But yeah, that was kind of sad when because even Diana Prince was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Like maybe another time, we can grab dinner or
Yeah,
something." And
but
then
she was at that point in her life where she was blowing everything off. She was blowing everybody off. She didn't.
she
She
was,
just,
she was,
she wasn't happy. She was just kind of doing her thing, and then, she was helping people,
hmm
but she wasn't overt about it or anything like that. But it wasn't like she was saving the world until this movie came along, and she's saving the world in here. Um, so what do you think of that stone that turned the world upside down in this movie? Because in the beginning, the wishes that both Barbara and Diana made, they didn't realize what they were doing
yeah,
at all.
and they
So
just said it for fun.
they were just it's just like, well, what if I had a wish? This is what I would wish for, and they did, and this is what. And Barbara's like, well, I would wish I would be like you, Diana. I wish I was like Diana. I was thinking having her confidence and her style, but no, she got a lot more.
She got her
She got
superpowers.
she got a lot. She got a lot more. And Diana, and we wondered why. And now I'm going to tell you. We wondered how Steve Trevor was going to come back, because he died in the first movie. Well, she wished that he was with there, and he did come back. His soul
in someone else's
body.
Mhm. Yes. A lot of people were wondering that. Like, family members are like, well, how does he come back? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. Like, I'm not like that's, and I think that's one of the biggest things. I thought it was very thought out very well, instead of just bringing him back. Like
Right.
there was a catch. There was there was a, oh, no. There's a reason, so I don't know. I thought it was, yeah, because it would have been creepy if they brought back his dead body.
Yeah, I mean, he's been dead for about 100 years now. So
yeah. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the girlfriends, how they spent that night. They're like, oh, Barbara, you're so funny. You're the funniest person I was like, okay, that's not really like convincing. There was no girlfriend charm. There was no, and I don't know if that's just her natural, but she did hold up her character because she's not like that. So I get that, she was staying in her Diana Prince, new to me. Oh, I can have a girlfriend. But I'm gonna, she was very still reserved. So I get that, but I didn't feel the girlfriend vibe.
It's because she was awkward. She was doing it very awkwardly because she didn't know really how to do it. To have that repartee with a human, with an Amazon, she could easily have that. But I don't know, because they never really did show her relationship, even this movie or even the previous movie. It never really showed her relationship with other citizens. You just saw it with her mother and other people, how they interacted that way. But there are many Amazons on that island, and so many
tons.
And so I honestly think, before we even get to there, I think there's going to be more Wonder Woman movies from Patty Jenkins. I don't think this is the end of 1984. There's so much that we can see and happen with it. And I was so excited to see how, and Pedro Pascal was really something else.
Very good actor in this one.
That's why I said something else.
That's why I said, if you guys remember in the non-spoiler review, I was like, watch him, watch his character. He did such a good job as wanting to be that dad that just wants his son to be proud of him. But then, and after when I first saw it, when we had that the screening, the early screening, I was like, oh, he's such a dick. Oh, that's why. Like, I felt bad for him the whole movie, and then I was like, oh. But I loved that each of them had a story, because even Barbara Minerva, she had her. Hers was so like, people don't respect me. They don't notice me. They don't know that that I don't even exist. They don't even know, like, and so her wish was to be seen. like Diana Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And she got more than she bargained for.
And she did definitely get, and her cost, because remember, everything comes with a price. And
her cost was walking in heels.
Her cost was walking in heels. Yes, she learned how to properly walk in heels.
Well, because remember in the beginning, she's like, oh, I don't know how to walk in heels. I was like, I hope that's not the price she's paying, because she's just walking in heels now. Like,
she lost.
What do you think she lost?
Well, Diana says it at the end. She lost everything that made her personality.
I thought that was when she made the second wish.
Was that the second
remember,
wish?
The first wish was to be like Diana Prince, and then the second wish was to be the apex predator, the number one feline, the number one, and that's
so she did make two wishes, didn't she?
Because when Maxwell Lord took back his wish, she then shed her cat like, because that was through him that she got that wish. What was the first one?
I think.
Do you know what she lost?
She lost. Oh yes, she lost her apathy.
That's right.
Yeah,
she didn't care any land. It was all about her. It was all about her. It was all about. That's right. That's why she defended him. And so, yeah, that's true.
Because remember, she would help the homeless guys, bring them food. She would care about other people, and really help. She even just helped Diana without asking. She would help her too when she was, because Diana was pretty much calling her up and ordering her around. She was doing that. Did you notice that?
I did.
Like, hey, Barbara,
do this.
I need this.
Barbara, do this.
Do this.
Barbara, where did this come from? Barbara, where did this happen? When did this happen? Tell me everything. Yeah. And then I did like how even when they were looking at the story and everything that happened, how Barbara just kind of disappeared into the background. You know what I mean? She was, because she was like, no, we can't let this happen. And but I loved so they had gone, was it to Egypt? It was to Cairo, right? And that whole scene where she was no longer
she learned the price that she paid to bring Steve back, which was she got hit by a bullet and she started bleeding. So she was still strong, but she was getting weaker and weaker as the longer he was there, the weaker she got. So she was becoming more human than she needed to do. And it was Steve, he's like, he's doing exactly what he did in the first movie. He's like, you know what you need to do. She's like, no.
She's like, no,
you know what you have to do. He's like, I'm already gone. Having me here won't help. I'm already gone.
And that's what she had to do, right?
She had to let him go.
Yes, that was how she would backtrack on her and become Wonder Woman again. Because I know that was, and it. So I know we're totally jumping around, but what did you think of the invisible jet? No one knew they were bringing the invisible jet.
No, I was wondering how they were going to incorporate that. When she's like, let me try something I learned. And she's like, blink. And he's like, well, I don't know if it worked because I lost the mug that I tested on. And I was like, well,
that was cute. I tested on a mug.
And I lost it.
Because they did that in the comics all the time. But I just loved how they didn't make it look cheesy, because they were invisible as well. You know what I mean? Remember before you could see Wonder Woman sitting? It just looked like she was sitting on a toilet. And so making them invisible as well was amazing. And the way they drove through the fireworks, you saw the jet, with the way they drove through the clouds.
Yes.
And then I noticed, and I was wondering too, because when she was like, how do you know what you're doing? How do you know how to fly? How do you know how to? And he literally teaches her there how to fly. And I didn't pay attention to that, because I was like, she's probably, and then they didn't show it in the trailers, it just shows her, lassoing the lightning. And so I'm thinking, oh, but when she said bye to Trevor, going back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I cried the entire time. I was like, oh my God.
And when that happened, I was brought back again to Superman with
Yes.
Christopher Reeve in the
Yes.
second movie. When Lois Lane died, he just got enraged, and he backed everything up, and he just couldn't console himself. And you could see every gal's the expressions on her face.
Her acting right there was phenomenal.
Wow.
But just I love that Wonder Woman can fly. I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, no, we shouldn't make her fly. We shouldn't make her. And you're like, she's still a goddess. She's still half goddess. She's still so it's in there. It's in her. Why would we deny that?
Right.
And
in the comics, in Super Friends, in a lot of other ways that we've seen Wonder Woman, she's flying. She has an invisible with that jet. And you're like, well, where's this? Where's this? Well, classy Patty Jenkins knows how to bring that in to this movie. And I thought that was phenomenal. I was like, whoa, she brought in that jet. Wow. And the lasso, I just loved every incarnation of what she could do with the lasso, like how small it got when she came out and she brought it. And I always was thinking too, when she's like, immediately she took off her clothes like Superman did. I was like, maybe this is one reason why she's wearing these classy loose clothes, is because she's got her some of her outfit out underneath,
right?
And then she can just magically throw on some boots because they're in some netherworld, magical place that we don't know where they are. Maybe they'll incorporate the Linda Carter spin in another incarnation. Who knows?
That would be, oh my goodness. Yeah, just and I love seeing her develop. I love seeing her coming into her full powers. I love seeing I don't know. I'm in love with it. I've watched it. I should watch it more. I've only seen it like twice. But that's just on HBO Max.
Right.
I saw it once in the theater. So I guess 3 times.
You've seen it 3 times.
But I've also seen Soul like now 7 times. So I should probably try to keep up. But Wonder Woman is definitely worth that. It's worth watching it over and over. But like I said, it's very cinematic. Like when we watched it on HBO Max, we're like, and our TV's even 4K. So
right. Yeah.
It goes to show that not even a 4K can, beat an IMAX.
No, and
of a movie.
You can't experience that, but at least it's from experience, it's enjoyable on a smaller screen, but
yes,
really worth your penny to go see it in the theater, because that's what it was made for. Yes, and you are glad to be able to have that option, and taking advantage of it first time.
Right. Yeah, when Barbara and when their first interaction with each other, Barbara and Wonder Woman, I didn't feel bad for Wonder Woman.
No.
Because it was like, you knew what you gave up. You know what I mean? So I didn't feel bad for her. I was even telling, my family and my friends that came with us, like, I was like, no, she deserves this. Because, even before that, she's like, why can't I have this one thing? I've saved the world so many times. Why can't I just have this one thing? And even Steven's like, it's not for you to choose.
Right. It's not you. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's never been about you.
So that's why I was like, I don't care if she get it beat up. But I was very, I wish there would have been more, I don't know how to say this, but I wish there was more masculine fight scenes.
More masculinity in this
for
movie?
The women. No, because I like when women can fight, not when they just like throw a lasso or they have to make it pretty. You know what I mean? I like it when they get rough and dirty and gritty, and they're like just like men kicking ass. And
you know what I saw though with her doing that, she had to hold back. You notice when she was fighting, she would be fighting Barbara in different scenes, and before she turned into Cheetah, Barbara was just kicking people. She was throwing people this way, not giving a crap about them at all. Wonder Woman was reaching down and
Saving
catching
them.
them and saving them. She was preventing them from being injured. So she was always holding back her actions when she was fighting human men, and that might seem light and pretty, but in reality, she was just barely using any power at all. It was probably harder for her to hold back than to go all out. She was going more all out when she was weaker, when she was in Saudi Arabia trying to with the car scene with that, but trying to get to Maxwell Lord. So I think, she had style and finesse while she was doing it, but I think it took great strength too to hold back her strength and not push forward against innocence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I took from that.
I still wish there would have been more, because even when she was fighting Cheetah, they were literally just dancing on a rope. And I was like, it's like watching silk dancing. There was no like fancy acrobatic on the ground fist fighting. It was all like, oh, let me put my wings and just block you, and then I'll open it and send you across the floor. Like, I wish there would have been more actual choreography, martial arts or something. Like, that's why I love Black Widow, for that reason, because she is so skilled in that kind of, and you'd think Wonder Woman, being an Amazon, she'd have more than just, swinging on a lasso, while Cheetah's, hanging on and she's just kicking her. I'm like, this is so
she was she was acting like a cat, and I wonder, it looked like it was pretty challenging trying to get Gal Gadot fighting with a computer generated character, because we know that Cheetah, some makeup was Kristen Wiig, but I think most of it on her was enhanced. That wasn't her fighting, it was a computer generated, I think, Cheetah fighting. So that probably was difficult to do, in my opinion. But they wanted more visuals for that. They wanted to have a great big fight scene with lots of interesting visuals with her. So maybe that's one reason, because I don't think she's dead. I think she is still around.
Well, she's not. She's the only one that didn't take her wish back.
Right. So all these people on the planet. So they're about to start, World War 10 or something. It was like war games. Look, they got all these different they got the nuclear whistles, and let's get some more nuclear whistles.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh look, they have to show the power. That's where they were showing, I think, the difference between the women and the men, because I've read different things how this Wonder Woman movie was showing, it's very anti-man and all this, that, and the other. But
they didn't make the men hold back.
No.
Like, how they were like, hey sexy, hey beautiful, hey, can I tap that ass? Like, they weren't holding back.
No.
So but I don't remember men being like that in the 80s. They were too worried about their what were the pants they wore? The jammers. Do you remember the jammer pants they used to wear to the?
We call them jams.
Jams. That's what they're called. Jams. Yes.
Or the beach shorts. The beach shorts. Yeah.
Yes.
We would make them. My mom and I, we would make them in different patterns and just wear them during the summer. Yeah.
Oh, I loved them.
When I was in junior high, I had a pattern and I would make them.
Wow. I loved them. But so much about this movie was just amazing.
And we can go on and on and on. We've already been talking at least 25 minutes about this movie, how much we liked it. This is how much we love Wonder Woman. Seriously, guys.
Yeah. Did you like the ending?
The ending. Okay, so
the part where it's Christmas, yes. Right? So it's Christmas.
I was wondering if they reshot that.
I think they did, because it was supposed to be a summer release. So I don't know if they just like, let's just throw in a, just for the fans, just throw in a Christmas, But what I meant was the guy.
Okay,
the guy that was.
Yes. So if this was a normal romance novel, because I've read scenes like this in romance novel movies, it's like, She meets the man who the soul was in his body. It took over, and the man is his soul is gone. But he emulates the old personality of the man she used to love. And then she could have been like, I was like, I know she's not going to go for this guy. But if this was a normal romance, Harlequin romance, she'd be like, is that you? Is that you? You know, so some of Steve Trevor might have lingered on in this guy's body. And she saw it. She probably twinkled with it and appreciated it, but she moved on. Like,
which is good. I liked that. If they were gonna make her be like, would you like to grab coffee or would you like to, you know,
no,
like, I would have been disappointed, you know, because I hope they bring Steve Trevor back. Those two together are just so phenomenal. But at the same time, I just don't want them to keep bringing him back.
No, I think Chris Pine was great in this, and I loved seeing him again in this movie and have the role reversal of his awe and love of the modern world.
Yes.
In comparison to the first Wonder Woman movie where she was in awe. Yeah. But I don't think they need to bring him back again. She said her goodbyes. She said goodbye to him. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next when we see her again soon in a couple months. You know?
Yep. I'm excited. I do hope that there is something with the Amazons. You know, Queen Hippolyta is amazing. I love that who they casted to play her. I love Robyn Wright.
Oh, I love Robyn Wright. Yes.
Oh my God. When I tell people, I'm like, oh, I loved her in Forrest Gump. They're like, she wasn't in Forrest Gump. I was like, are you kidding me?
She was Jenny. Come on, guys.
She was Jenny. Really, you guys? And then I'm like, oh, and then she was even good in Princess Bride. She wasn't in Princess Bride. Do you guys not know who Robyn Wright is? I'm like, I'm going to unfriend you now.
No, unfriend her.
And they're like, oh, I thought you didn't have Facebook. No, in real life. I am going to unfriend you in real life.
She was an X-Men, wasn't she? Was she an X? Yes.
Was
she? She didn't. She wasn't the Miss. No, I was thinking.
No, that was Ramon Stamos or something.
Yeah. I mixed her up with
Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She was Mystique. Yeah.
Yeah, she was Mystique.
But no, I love Robyn Wright, and she does such a good job of that hardcore auntie who.
Oh yes.
Literally pulls her off the horse, or no, she's running to throw the spear. That's right. She's running, and she's like, nope.
But my gosh, what they had to do, how she's looking awesome, and how much they have to work out to look like that. God, you know, guys, come on. We say this over and over again. Robyn Wright Penn in the mid to late 50s, Ming-Na Wen, 57 years old. Give us those genes. We want some.
It is no longer the Golden Girls.
No.
Nope. But so post credits.
Oh my God.
Post credits.
If you guys don't want to hear about the post credits, you can pause.
Stop the video now.
Stop the video now because we're gonna spoil it. All right, we're spoiling it. Everybody, remember they were talking about the Amazon who wore that armor in the beginning, and how she had against the army of man to help the Amazons of the Mascara escape to the Mascara
to Paradise Island.
And they thought that she died. Well, she didn't. So Linda Carter appeared in the post credits.
Linda Carter. So they actually didn't show that in the early screening.
In the screening that's right.
Critics, they didn't show.
They wanted everyone to be surprised.
Yes.
Every single person to be surprised, and that was awesome.
Yes.
I loved it.
Linda Carter looks amazing. But I did like how they made the back of her head look a little bit like Gal Gadot. You know, like her Wonder Woman. So they, run up and they're like, "Oh, excuse me." Like I literally thought it was her too, because I was like, "Oh, maybe they changed back to Gal Gadot." Turned around, nope, it was our baby girl, Linda Carter from the 70s Wonder Woman. But I wonder why did it make her. Well, I guess they can't have two Dianas.
No, but they brought her in to
Which
pay
is
homage.
awesome.
Yes.
Which is awesome as home. Yeah. But I wonder where they're going to go with that.
Who knows? But I just love seeing Linda Carter anywhere.
Yes.
We've seen her on the CW. Yeah, we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Supergirl.
And Supergirl, that's right.
And then we saw her on the Sky High. Remember when she was the principal? But I think she's just isn't she like a jazz singer now? Like an amazing jazz singer, lounge?
Yes.
Yeah. Good for her. And she still looks amazing. Wow. I want to know what's going to happen now. So I heard Patty Jenkins will not be directing Wonder Woman 3 because of schedule conflicts with the Squadron. What is that Star Wars one?
Rogue Squadron.
But I know Patty Jenkins will be involved with moving forward. I did see that Warner Brothers is putting her kind of over the whole Wonder Woman brand now because she built such a world for it, so, and maybe she'll do the Amazons, but I don't know if she's, just going to take a step back and let another female director, which would be awesome. So, and did you see what Patty Jenkins quickly said for all of her friends at Marvel? Because you know how Eternals is being directed by a female director.
Yeah.
She's like trying to get everyone to go out and support them because they're all female directors. And I think, that's so great that they support each other. But what did you guys think?
We want to know. You would have listened to us if you sat with us for the past 30 minutes. And we appreciate it. Tell us. We want to know because we're Wonder Woman fans.
Yes. We actually both love Wonder Woman. Huge fans of who she is, what she represents, and everything. So let us know below.
We'd love to hear from you, and make sure you like, subscribe,
and ring the bell, bitch. Bye.
Bye.